Hiya monsters! Merry Christmas to ya, Happy Holidays, and to a new year. It's Christmas Eve night and there's trouble in Stacy's household. I'm curious to what the outcome may be. Well, it's a good thing she has her teddy nearby. So, without further ado, let the story begin. The snow had begun to cover the ground. It was Christmas Eve night. Stacy held her teddy bear tight as she made her way to her aunt's house. Her aunt lived on the same block as her. She didn't have to go far. Stacy just had to turn a couple of corners. This was great for Stacy because regardless of which direction she went, she would not get lost. Stacy was quite confused. She wished her mommy was there with her. Before leaving the house, Stacy heard screaming coming from just outside her bedroom. That's when Stacy's mom burst in through the door frantically and knelt down beside her. In the background, Stacy could hear her dad arguing with someone. "You need to get out of the house, and you need to go to your auntie's. Can you walk there by yourself?" Stacy had nodded. Stacy was not afraid as long as she had Mr. Bite with her. He will protect me, Mommy." Her mother smiled, and then that's when the gunshot could be heard. Stacy's mom opens the bedroom window and grabs her daughter by the hand. "Don't talk to anyone," her mother said. "I won't. Don't even look at anyone, just get to your aunts." "I know." Stacy grabbed the teddy bear from the floor as she made her way to the open window. Her mom kissed her forehead, told her she loved her, and helped her out the window. Just as Stacy turned to walk away, with her teddy bear clenched tight to her chest, so close that Mr. Bite could have heard her heart beating, her mom screamed. Then there was a loud pop, escorted by a flash of light coming from the living room window. The flash was so bright that Stacy could see the silhouette of her Christmas tree. She turns, left or right, she thought, still holding the bear closely. She decided to take a left. Stacy's heart sped up as she turned. That's when she saw them. 3 large men approaching her quickly. She froze, wondering if there was any chance of retreating. What's this?" One of the men said, stepping in front of her. He was wearing a black, dirty jacket and blue jeans. One of the others stepped past him and moved behind Stacy. The third man stood where he was. "Oh, where do you think you're going?" the man standing in front of her said. Stacy stood there and just shook her head. There was no one nearby at all to rescue her. "Oh, you must be lost. You should come with us." Stacy shook her head again. You don't say much, do you?" the man asked. "Well, I'll just take this." The man grabs and snatches the teddy bear away from Stacy. "Don't hurt Mr. Bite," she shouted before she could even contain herself. The large man let out a laugh that had no humor in it. "Mr. Bite?" He grabbed the bear's neck and poked at its mouth. "It has no teeth, no mouth. How's he gonna bite anything?" Stacy stood there quietly. You want it back," the man said as he shook the teddy. "Look, he's not even sewn together good." The man yanked and pulled at the bear's head. With a jerk and a twist, the head separated from the body with a rip. Threads hung and dangled from the torn neck. the man standing behind her said. "Oh, looks like your poor teddy is ripped apart. I wonder if your head is attached any better." Stacy lets out a soft giggle. "That's not Mr. Bite," Stacy said. "That's Teddy." The large man stood there with no sign of understanding. "Mr. Bite lives inside Teddy. That is, until he gets hungry." That's when something dark and strong burst from the opening in the teddy's neck and leaped onto the man's chest. The man's screams were drowned out by the wet sound of Mr. Bite digging for his heart. Before the man could even hit the ground, Mr. Bite had leaped onto his second victim, clawing and tearing away at his flesh. The third man fell shortly after. Stacy had waited until Mr. Bite groomed the flesh and blood from his fur. It soon crawled back into the teddy bear. It was too late for her parents, but Stacy was thankful for Mr. Bite's big appetite. Luckily, these three men were not the only heartless people out there. What a Christmas Eve night for young Stacy. Good thing she had Mr. Bite nearby. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. Be sure to leave comments below. Merry Christmas to each and one of you monsters out there. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share. Until next time.